Hey, what's up, guys? Master Shields here, Champions Martial Arts Center. This is Talk Tuesday, episode number 1. So this is how the show is going to work. So typically you can submit your questions any possible way that you can get a hold of me, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, Instagram, Snapchat, Blab, Yik Yak. I don't care how you get a hold of me, you can find a way to get a hold of me and submit your questions. So what I'm going to do, we'll compile questions throughout the week, and then we'll take 3 to 5 questions every week and talk about them on the show. So that's kind of how things will work. And so we have 3 awesome questions for this week's show for episode number 1. It's all about kids, parenting. This is the most, I think, the most relevant show that's going to really help everybody truly get better and understand their kids, themselves, and how to move forwards in a really awesome, positive fashion. So the very first question that we had, this is the most popular question actually. How do I get my kids to not argue and fight and give me this big, huge hassle to leave to come to insert something? Insert martial arts class, insert soccer, insert church, insert Boy Scouts, insert whatever. And so a lot of parents have a hard time getting their kids to leave the house and go without a fight. So maybe you've experienced where you've said, hey Tommy, we need to go to karate class. I don't want to go today. I don't want to do this. I don't want to. Hey, we need to go to church. It's almost 10:30. I don't want to go today. I don't want to do this. And they're constantly struggling and fighting with you, and it becomes a huge headache on a daily basis to get them to leave and do something that they need to do. And everything that they're doing is probably going to benefit them, but they just don't see that. And so this is a super easy question, a super easy answer. And so we're going to use a story for this one. So picture this. If I took you from Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and we're going to go to Vegas for 3 days. And so you, me, a couple of our closest friends, we're going to go to Vegas, have the best time of our life, and truly have a blast. Sounds great, right? Awesome. So we're in Vegas. It's Sunday. We just get there. Monday, we're just having a blast, doing an amazing, having an amazing time. And then about, say, 1:30, I say, stop. We have to go. We have to leave. We have to go back to work. We have to be at work in 3 hours. It's an hour and a half flight. We can make it. We have to go. You're probably not going to be excited about leaving because you're having the best time of your life. You're having so much fun doing what you love doing, having a great time. This is an awesome vacation, but now it comes to a halt and you have to go back to work. A lot of people would just have a huge problem with that, and they just don't want to do that. They don't want to leave. They're having so much fun. The same thing happens for your kids. So here's the solution, how to get your kids to never argue with you, never give you a headache, never have a problem leaving the house, going to wherever they need to go. Again, whether it's martial arts class, whether it's, again, church, Boy Scouts, soccer practice, piano lessons, wherever they have to go, this would be an easy strategy to use, and I promise you it's worked 99.99999%. Okay, so what we do, have your kids do something that they don't enjoy doing right before they have to leave. So if your kids are playing video games, watching TV, hanging out with their friends, playing, doing what they really enjoy, good luck getting them to stop. If they're having so much fun playing their video game, and then you say, stop, we have to go, they don't want to leave. They don't want to stop that. I tell you, hey, we have to leave Vegas and go back to work. You don't want to do that. You want to stay and have fun. The same thing happens to kids. So the mentality doesn't change. We have to change the activity to make what they're going to go do so much more fun and rewarding. So have your kids do homework, have them do chores, have them wash the dog, have them clean their room, have them vacuum, have them fold laundry, have them do something they don't enjoy doing. If you do that, then you say, hey, we need to get ready to go to karate class. I guarantee you they're running out the door in the car ready to go because they're excited about stopping this activity and going to a fun activity. If you put fun activity and fun activity, they're going to pick one. They're not going to have to stop one fun and go to another fun. They're going to want to continue this fun because this is what they're currently doing. So change the current activity, and then you'll see a huge spike in interest in leaving to go to the thing they have to do. You're not going to have a headache anymore because it's super simple to get them out the door, because now they're washing their clothes, they're folding their laundry, they're folding bed sheets, they're organizing their closet, they're doing things that they just don't enjoy. You do that, now they have something they do enjoy, like a martial arts class. They're not going to argue or fight you anymore. Super simple thing. Give that one a shot. Number 2, How do you keep kids motivated? A lot of times now we're in a society where kids are all about instant gratification. They want to have instant reward. They want to make sure things are easy. You know, on a daily basis, I hear a lot of kids say, I can't do this, it's too hard. They don't like something because it's too hard. We're in a society now where everything has to be easy, has to be instant, has to be fast. Think about adults. Think about, us as adults. You get a brand new phone and it doesn't open up in under a second. You start to get annoyed. You start to get frustrated because it's not fast enough, because it's not quick enough for you. We need things to be instant right now. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but we need to figure out how can we help our kids with that same concept. So how do you motivate kids and keep them motivated even though they are trying their best, they're doing a good job, but they just are struggling? So some easy things to do with kids is set goals. Did you know that only 3 to 4% of all human beings write goals? If there are 7 billion people on the planet, that means only about 200 million people are writing down goals. That's a huge number. Think about that again. 7 billion people and only 200 million, or 3%, are writing down goals. That's a huge, huge gap in goal writing and not goal writing. Did you know that if you write down your goal, you have a 33.3% chance of accomplishing it? And then when you speak your goal, you then have a 66.6% chance of accomplishing it. But then when you see your goal, you've written it, you've spoken it, and then you see it, you have a 99.9% chance of accomplishing something. So now have your kids start writing down goals. We have something called Champion Life Missions, and we're actually in a state where we're doing a goal setting mission right now. And this is huge for kids, because again, if kids are not getting motivated because of something, they're going to have a hard time continuing that because they're not getting the instant gratification. Have your kids write down their goals. So let's say, again, we'll use martial arts. Hey, I want to get my black belt. That's a long-term goal. That's a 3 to 5 year goal. Let's think of a 3 to 6 month goal. Hey, I want to get my yellow belt. I want to get my next stripe. I want to get a gold star in my uniform. I want to get my focus patch. I want something. Well, what do I have to do? I figure out the goal. Now I reverse engineer it and think of steps how to make that happen. Now when kids are doing things, they now have a goal that they're going towards rather than just coming to class, leaving, going home frustrated because something was too hard. So think about that. Write down your goals with your kids. Take a notebook, a sticky note, a piece of paper, a napkin, whatever you can find. Write down 3 goals for your kids. Just write down 3. That's the easy start. 3 goals, and it can be for anything, whether it's school, martial arts, whether it's, it doesn't matter. Write down 3 goals, and then reverse engineer those 3 goals. Now your kids are going to see things on a daily basis that they can accomplish. And make sure that at least one of those 3 goals are going to be very attainable in a short amount of time. If we're talking 3-month goals here, we need to have at least a 1-week goal, a 1-month goal, a 2-month goal, 3, kind of short-term to long-term within that 3-month pattern, because if everything's going to take you at least 3 months, you're having a harder time motivating because they're waiting 3 months to get that. But if they know they can accomplish one goal, maybe that one day. So have a list of stuff. So first goal could be write down 3 goals. They can accomplish that goal instantaneously. So then they feel better because now they're accomplishing goals. Step 2, write down 3 ways to make each one of these goals happen. They can reverse engineer this and you can help them with that. Now you're motivating them to get these things done because they can see how they can do it. If you just tell a kid, hey, I want you to graduate high school. Okay, I have to go to all these grades, I have to pass tests, I have to study, I have to do all of this. Or if you say, hey, I want you to get a gold star on attendance this week. That means we're not late for school, we are on time, we're getting up early, getting our clothes ready the night before. Now they're able to get this reward because we're in a society that wants instant gratification. They get this reward by the end of the week because they did X, Y, and Z that particular week. So now we're motivating them to accomplish certain things to get the rewards. And so if you practice goal setting with your kids young, when they get older, goal setting will be a part of their life on a daily basis, and you'll see so much more success even in your own personal life. If you start writing down goals, I guarantee you as an adult, you can see a lot more success. Now we have purpose to what we do. If we write down no goals throughout our lifetime, we wake up in the morning, go to work, come home, eat dinner, go to sleep, repeat. It's the same monotonous thing every day. But if you write down goals and you have a purpose of what you're doing every single day, now you're motivated to accomplish those particular things. From an adult perspective, you're motivated. Kids are the exact same way. You write down goals, give them a to-do list. To-do lists are like mini goals. A to-do list gets them accomplishing things on a smaller scale, and then their goal sets will get them accomplishing things on a bigger scale. That's how you motivate kids and keep them going. Give them rewards for things that they're accomplishing and praise them. The biggest thing a lot of parents do is they don't do that. They just continue to tell them what they're not doing right, but sometimes inadvertently hurt that motivation by doing that. So again, write down goals, reverse engineer them, have short-term goals that they can instantly finish, and then longer-term goals, and that way kids are motivated to accomplish all of these things. Third question, parenting tips, black belt parenting tips. I think this is absolutely the most important question of this entire show today. I see a lot of parents do this, and I think this is going to be one of the biggest things that will change your mindset on parenting. A lot of parents tend to speak to their kids' problem rather than their potential. Let me say that again. Parents are speaking to their kids' problem rather than their potential. What I mean by that is parents get frustrated when their kids aren't sitting still, when they're not paying attention, when they don't look exactly the way that the parents want them to look. But think about this. You have a parent, you're in a martial arts class, your kids are kind of a little rambunctious, they're so energetic, they're answering, they're all over the place. But yet, you want them to sit still, don't move, be quiet, and look perfect. Good luck. But, you know, if a lot of parents in that scenario, they're going to say, Bobby, sit still, stop doing this, stop. Think about when you were a kid and your parents would scold you and tell you all things that you were doing wrong, that you weren't doing right. You know, why can't you sit still? You know, if you could be like your brother, that'd be so much better. You know, you're going to sit still, focus, do this. You're not getting through to your kid because they're going to shut you out. Here's what I mean by speaking to their problem rather than their potential. By telling them they're not sitting still, that's the problem, they're not sitting still. By telling them they're not focusing, that's the problem, not focusing. Their potential is they have so much energy, they're so passionate about what they're doing. That's the positive. Focus on the positive. Who cares about the negative? That stuff can be fixed easily. So here's a concept that's called PCP, or praise, correct, praise. If you talk to the kids' potential rather than their problem, they're going to react and listen better to you. So you want to get down to their level. Tell them, hey, I'm super excited and I'm super happy that you're so energetic and passionate about what you're doing. That makes me proud. I'm very proud of how much energy you have, how passionate you are about every activity you're participating in. Let's try this. I want us to try and sit still, and then once it's your turn to do something or answer a question, unleash that passion, raise your hand, and make sure you're answering loud. But again, I love your passion. I love how much energy you have. Focus on that potential. That potential is great. They're passionate. They're energetic. They're excited. If they're not sitting still, that's okay. If they're not doing something perfectly, that's okay. Find the positive, because if you focus on the positive, those other things that are problems, those can get fixed easily, because now the kids are going to focus on what's good rather than only hearing what's bad. Sometimes parents are telling their kids, you know, they don't listen, they don't do this, and all that is just the problem. And that's all kids hear about. And kids will say, well, I have a listening problem, I have an attention problem, I have this. But they don't talk about how good they are, how smart they are, how focused they are, how much energy they have, how passionate they are. There's a lot of stuff that we can do. So think about this. Talk to your kids' potential and not their problem. Use the praise, correct, praise concept. That's huge. You're going to really get through to your kids. I was in the store the other day at Fred Meyer, and I watched this kid. She's throwing a temper tantrum. She's just having a hard time because she really wanted to get her parents Valentine's Day gifts. I think Grandma was with her, taking her out, and she was crying. She's on the floor, she's going nuts. All right. Typical parents are going to think, wow, this kid is an embarrassment. Why won't you stand up? You're embarrassing me. Stop. What's the potential? She loves her parents so much. She's caring about her parents. They mean so much to her that it's that important for her to get them a present. So what do? How do we fix that behavior? If what grandma did, she's looking down, trying to pull this little girl up and drag her throughout the store, yelling at her, telling her to stand up, is that going to work? No, it's not going to work. You have to get down to their level, tell them, honey, I understand how important this is to you. It's important to me too. Let's look at them together, and then we can come back and find out what we can do. Or we can even make it even more special, because I know how much you love mommy and daddy, and they mean so much to you. What if we made them our own present? We made them our own card, and we really showed them how much we love them. Because obviously you love them so much. You're so passionate about your parents that this is what the outcome is. If you focus on the potential of how much passion, how much love, how much energy she has for her parents, the behavior can get fixed instantaneously, because now you're connecting with that potential, not the problem. That's the big thing. The third thing that I want to talk about parenting black belt tips is, a lot of times I hear this, parents will say, I don't want to do this because. And we forget about what is going to benefit our kids. Or I'm going to let our kids make this decision. Hey, if Tommy doesn't want to go to tutoring, I'm not going to force him. If Tommy doesn't want to go to martial arts, I'm not going to force him. If Tommy doesn't want to go to church, I'm not going to force him. The biggest thing is we have to ask ourselves, if they didn't want to go to school, would you still force them? Yes, because you know that school is going to benefit them. If they go to martial arts class, they're going to get focus and discipline and self-esteem and confidence. So many awesome things, but you don't want to force them because you don't want to be that parent. But you'll still force them to go to school because they need education. All these other things they might not want to do could be good for them. So we have to think what's best for our kids, not what's best for you. A lot of parents I've heard is, I don't want to make the drive. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. But just because you don't want to do something, your kid has to suffer? I know for a fact for me, I will do anything for my daughter. If I have to drive clear across the country to get something for her, I will do it no matter what. No questions asked. I could be dead tired. It could be 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't care what it is. If it's for my daughter, I will do anything I possibly can to make sure she's taken care of and make sure she's getting the best experience and she's learning, she's growing. That's important to me. I don't care if I don't want to do that. It doesn't matter about me, it's my kid. My kid is my legacy. Your children are your legacy. That is what you leave behind. When you and me are both gone, your kids and our kids are all we have left. That's what is there to show for us. How do we raise our kids? Do we raise our kids not to do stuff because they didn't want to? Hey, you don't want to go to college, it's okay. You don't want to go to school, it's okay. No, you make your kids go to school because it's important. You want them to get an education. You want them to get this. But you're not going to force them to go to tutoring or force them to go to martial arts class or force them for this because they don't want to. Sometimes what we don't want to do is the absolute best thing for us. You don't want to be the parent that's holding a gun to their head saying you have to do this. Don't be that parent, but finding the benefits in everything is important, and having kids understand why they're doing things is more valuable than just telling them that they have to. If you tell them they have to do something, they're going to give you grief. If you tell them why they should do something, now they have understanding and they have a bigger picture and understand why they should do it rather than why they have to do it. So as parents, let's do this. Let's talk to our kids' potential, not their problems. Let's use the PCP concept, praise, correct, praise. Praise our kids' potential. Praise their positive actions. Fix the behavior issues that we're seeing with the problems, but then go back and really focus on praising their potential and praising the positive stuff. Find things that is going to help your kids. Just because you don't want to make the drive somewhere, or you don't want to do something, or you don't want to do something, that doesn't mean your kids should not be able to have that opportunity and experience it. Make sense? And so let's step up as parents, and let's use those things, because again, like I said, your children are your legacy. That's what you leave behind. That's your name. That's your name. When kids look at, when people look at kids, they always reflect back to their parents. Hey, Tommy's saying yes sir, yes ma'am. Wow, his parents raised him right. Or, man, Tommy just broke 3 car windows. His parents must not be good at parenting. That's always the response. It's never, man, I wonder what's wrong with Tommy. It's always comes back to the parents. So if we fix ourselves as parents, we can ultimately make our kids better. And we can motivate them. We can make them successful in everything that they do. So those are my black belt parenting takeaways. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. Talk Tuesday, every Tuesday, you will have a brand new show. So if you have a question, if you want to submit questions, you can email me at mastershields@championsmac.com. You can follow me on Twitter and submit the questions there at mastershields. Same thing on Periscope, Facebook, Snapchat, Blab, Yik Yak. I mean, you name it, anything that you can find me on, I will be more than happy to answer your question. I am here for you. You have questions, I have answers, and I absolutely am excited for this journey. Until next Tuesday, get those questions in.